Ade Podcast. You are now listening to the J Ade Podcast. You are now listening to the J Ade.
There we go.
We're getting ready to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the J Ade Podcast. It's your boy J Ade in the building. We are back for season 3, episode 2 of the show. Make sure to follow your boy on social media at Joe the Great. That's JOETHEGR number 8, as well as my podcast page at j.ade.pod. And before we get into today's topic, ladies and gentlemen, I have 2 very special guests with me today. We have one lady and we have one gentleman. So, as we always do, we're going to have the lady introduce herself first, then the gentleman will do so subsequently. So, lady, what's your name? Where you from?
What's up, y'all? It is Chioma, a.k.a. Mother Chi.
Okay. All right, man, you got any social media to shout out?
Yes. So my social media, Twitter and Instagram is at Chioma, Chioma, Milan, Melan.
Okay. All right, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a gentleman here who you guys have heard on the podcast before, but it's pleasant to finally have a face to a name. So what's your name? Where you from, big dog? Welcome back.
Y'all know the voice, man. It's Dina Time, man. Follow me when I get back on the gram, though. Dina Time _.
My man said he's taking a social media hiatus. Why is that? We don't care. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, like I said, we're back here for season 3, episode 2 of the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We coming through with more controversial topics upon your head top. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, today's episode is going to be called Fake Love. Specifically, in today's day and age, a lot of millennials find themselves pursuing ventures outside of the typical 9-to-5 work life, such as art, music, fashion, beauty, amongst other things. In order to expand their brands, a lot of these people rely on these people around them to support them, be it through becoming their clients or helping them promote on social media. Nonetheless, there are cases where people struggle to gain the support. So, my first question for you guys today, since we had our lady introduce herself first, the gentleman is going to answer this question first. The first question that I have for you is, as a business owner, do you feel entitled to the support of your loved ones? Yes or no? And why?
Yes. The reason why I say that I feel entitled to the support of my loved ones is because as a business owner, I'm not just striving to build that brand for myself. Like,
okay.
If I'm eating, I want everybody else who I love, who I call my loved ones, to eat too.
Right.
So if y'all are supposed to be reaping the benefits that I'm sowing, why not show love and support?
So for you, it's a matter of the support is coming from a place of, by you supporting me, I will show love to you after the fact, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What do you think, young lady?
Well,
are you entitled to the support?
I wouldn't say entitled. I think it's more of, if the love is there, it'd be great. It'd be wonderful.
Okay.
But I don't think I'm entitled to it. Like, we're not entitled to anything in this life. So
okay.
That's how I feel.
All right, young lady, we're going to need you to talk into that mic a little bit better.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Appreciate that.
That's good.
All right. Nah, we good. But I didn't want to understand from you guys, though, because I feel like there's different areas of support, too, right? Different types of people that support you. And I wanted to kind of break that up a little bit. And I think the first one that's really interesting to talk about is parents specifically, right? Yeah. So my question for you guys is, should your parents support your dreams unconditionally? Why or why not?
Okay. I'm
you going to defer? All right. Let's do it.
Well, of course, we would love to have our parents support our dreams and our aspirations and whatnot.
Okay.
However, I do, get that a lot of times, especially coming from a foreign household, an African household,
right,
that our parents aren't always so, quick to jump on our aspirations and be like, I'm going to support you and I'm going to, help you in whatever way, shape, or form, that you need.
Right.
But, it would be nice. Again, it's not a whole thing of, being foreign, of course, it's not a whole thing of I expect 100% expect my parents will be there for me for every single last thing that I bring in front of them. So,
okay.
Yeah.
And what do you think, bro? Do you think your parents should support you unconditionally?
No, I don't.
Why?
I don't think your parents already did enough by raising you and molding you to be the adult that you are, right?
Right.
And if you're starting a business or you have aspirations to do great things, I think that's because of the upbringing that your parents instilled in you. So they don't have to support you unconditionally. I feel like your friends, the people who, are putting in the work with you, if they're putting in the work with you, or the people that you want to, help climb as you're, climbing too, I feel like those are the people who you should, demand the support and love from.
So you're saying that since your parents raised you, if you decided to go into some type of venture, that they're not obligated to support you because they've already done their job.
Yeah, I mean, like she said, we're foreigners, right?
Right.
So
what country you from?
You know, green, white, green all day.
Yes, sir. You know the vibe, man. You see the jacket I got on, man.
Period.
Yes, sir. All right.
But like I said, American and in the African American culture, even in the white American culture,
right?
When you're 18, you're on your own.
Okay.
Right. We don't believe that. So why not use that? See, we've been coddled a lot as foreigners. You know, we're kind of.
I don't know if that's true, but continue.
I feel like we're kind of spoiled. Like we expect our parents to do X, Y, and Z.
Right.
But Tyrone, he's been getting it out the mud since he was 17.
Okay.
Graduated high school and was doing it all on his own.
So because Tyrone got it out the mud, you should not expect for your parents to support you unconditionally?
They can support me, but it doesn't have to be unconditionally.
That's a job as their parents. Like, they're supposed to support your ventures or support your dreams and aspirations. Correct?
Yeah, but not unconditionally.
Why not unconditionally?
Why?
Am I tripping?
First of all,
if you're gonna support, like, meaning like,
what is unconditionally? To
okay,
you,
so let's say I'm working a corporate job and I decide that I want to be an artist, like just painting stuff, right? Why is that funny? That's actually crazy.
I'm sorry.
Wow, support black artists, yo. That's crazy. Nah, but so
you see it, support black colleges. You see it.
No. But seriously, so let's say like I wanted to be an artist, and I decided to quit my corporate job and become an artist because I enjoy painting significantly. As a parent, you're saying that my parents don't have to support that hustle. So by support unconditionally, I mean, let's say I decide I want to leave my job. As the parent, do you feel like they shouldn't have some type of say in that? You know what I'm saying? Like if they decide not to support you in that, how would you feel? Is my question.
That's their prerogative.
How's that okay? No, I
made the decision to become an artist instead of, I mean, it depends. Am I using my art to be, an engineer, or like, am I an architect, or what am I doing with the art? If you telling me I'm just drawing paintings and I'm going on the block on Georgia Avenue telling people to buy my canvases for $10, they do not have to support that unconditionally.
Why? Do you agree with that? Like, I feel like even if you're selling paintings on Georgia Avenue just randomly, like, I feel like as the parents, that's their job to look out, though. Am I bugging?
No, I mean, as a parent, yeah, it is their job to look out and support. However, depending on the background that you're from, right, that's not what you're gonna get. And that's why I said, as a foreign coming up or being raised from a foreign household, that's not what I'm gonna get. If I had a corporate job and I was working as an engineer and I decided to quit and become an artist and paint full time,
right,
my parents would be like, what is wrong with you? Like, are you okay? Like, do you really think that this will help you,
sustain yourself?
Yeah, sustain and provide a living for you and your family and whatnot.
Right.
So, yes, of course, as a young adult, growing up, we would expect our parents to support every single last thing that we did, but that's not the reality of things.
Okay. So let's say, right, so let's say in that situation, still talking about parents, right? So let's say there's a situation where your parents do generally support this venture and your venture fails. At that point, can you blame your parents for supporting you and not necessarily giving you some type of pushback on that venture, or are they kind of just doing their job, right? So let's say you did decide to, become a rapper or, become an artist or, go into fashion full time, and that fails, you know what I'm saying? Like you're homeless and you're broke with hella debt. At that point, can you blame your parents for supporting you?
No, you can't.
Why
You're a grown ass adult. You're a grown ass person. So saying that you can blame or how can I say this? Okay, so blaming your parents for anything, no, you're a grown person. Like, you're over the age of 18, you're over the age of 20. At that point, you made the decision. You have to, live with that decision you made. Yes, it sucks because it's just like in the back of your head, you'd be like, damn, I probably should have listened to, what my mom or my dad had told me in the past. But you can't be like, man, I blame my parents. Like,
but I'm saying a situation where you asked your parents, they might have not necessarily bought into it, but they supported you and then you failed. At that point, can you blame your parents?
I got a question. What kind of support are we talking about, though?
Bro, I mean, for me, like, that's what I said. So, like, that was the initial question, right? So, when I think of support, I'm thinking of, becoming their clients or, spreading the word about your business and things like that. Or, supporting you financially, or maybe it's just actually buying into it and believing in you to actually get something accomplished. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Like, your parents should support you, but I don't agree that it should be unconditional. I feel like there should be a time where they be like, all right, man, I supported you up until this part. Now this is when you need to spread your wings and fly.
Period.
Okay, so where do you draw the line though? That's what I'm saying. So like, at what point does it become conditional?
We're
Let me get an example.
We're gonna stay with the artist.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Our utensils are very expensive.
Okay.
Right.
If you give your parents a list of the utensils and the supplies that you need to get yourself started, boom, mom, dad, can you help me with that? They help you with that. All right, mom, can you help me with gift flyers? Boom, and then you're actually on your feet. I feel like once you're on your feet, you no longer need that unconditional support.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about like, oh yeah, help me start my business. I'm saying like in terms of saying that I believe that my child is capable of achieving whatever they put their mind to because of, like you said, how I've raised them to be, right? And at that point, no matter what the venture is, that's what I mean by unconditional. I'm not talking about unconditionally throwing me money for my business. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, like I had this podcast.
But I'm sorry to cut you off. I feel like that's inevitable. You're always going to get that support.
And not according to you, apparently not, because you said Tyrone was getting out the mud since you were 17.
So I think we had two different.
It was misconstrued.
Yeah.
Okay.
The support I'm thinking about is like,
financial support,
physical support.
Okay.
But
and is that what you had in mind too? Physical support? Was it financial support for you? Like, is that what you thought it was? What I was asking?
All of it.
Okay.
Like, I'm putting all of it together.
Okay, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. Continue, bro.
Yeah. So I mean, as far as physical support, then that's where I stand. But as we're talking about emotional support, just being there spiritually, then yeah, that's unconditional.
Okay. So let's say it's a situation where you are just getting off your feet, and like you said, we're talking about the artist thing, but let's talk about a rapper thing, for instance, right? You putting a hella money towards your studio time and stuff like that, and your parents are not really supporting it at first, but then once you get that blue check, you go viral online, you know what I'm saying, you get a big record deal. Now, all of a sudden, your parents want to buy into that vision. How do you feel about that? How does that make you? I want you to answer this question first, though. So in a situation where your parents don't necessarily buy in, let's say you decided to pursue music as opposed to the typical, STEM route that Nigerian parents want you to do. I mean, that's just the fact of the matter, right? And initially your parents are like, you're wasting your money, you're wasting your time.
Right.
But then once you start to, get invited to these award shows and you got your record label, signing or whatever the case is. At that point, the fact that they decided to buy in later, how does that make you feel as a child?
I mean, if I'm keeping it a stack with you, it'd be more like...
Keep it a stack.
Like, it'd be more like, okay, like, all right, I see where y'all was coming from. Y'all were trying to make sure that I was just good, for the long run.
Right.
So, when I start to make my money and start to get the recognition and all of that, and then they start to be like, okay, like, you got this, the money rolling in, the recognition, the fame is rolling in, like, you're good. I'm going to be like, I told you so. Like, I told you so.
So you wouldn't feel some type of way about that? Like the fact that they wasn't supporting you since day one, but now that they saw the results, now they're supporting you?
I mean, I wouldn't. It's not like I would feel a certain type of way. It'd more be like a... How do I explain?
I'm most certainly going to feel some type of way.
For your parents?
Let's hear it. Yeah, no, let's hear it.
For your parents?
I can attest to this personally. Like,
okay.
My degree is in communications with a concentration in public relations.
Okay.
And my parents, not even really my dad. My dad's like, do whatever you're gonna do, just be successful. My mom is like, you should go and do IT. Go take that course and do the IT. I can't sit in front of a computer all day. That's not me. Like, I'm a verbal person. I like to get mixy here and there. I'm gonna be out in the field.
My man, Mixy, man. He sat out on social media earlier. You feel?
But I can't sit down and code. I can't do that. So,
right.
And I keep telling my mom, like, when I make it big, because I'm gonna make it big.
Amen.
Don't come back and be like, I knew you were gonna be that successful person. I'm gonna be like, no, you didn't. Straight up, I will say, no, you didn't. You told me not to do this. You told me to do IT, and that's facts.
Okay, so for you, like, it's either you buy in at the beginning as my parent, or don't buy in at all.
Yes, 100%.
And for you, you're saying that the fact that they bought in general is enough for you.
Yeah, that's enough for me.
I don't know. I feel like for me personally, like, I would rather my parents buy in out the gate as well. Like, I mean, obviously my parents know I have a podcast, but I don't expect them to like post my flyers on Instagram and stuff like that.
On Facebook.
I mean,
but like, at least they're not against it. Like the fact that they like support it. Like even like my sister, like she'll post like my episodes in her little group chats or whatever with her college friends, stuff like that. Like that means more to me. I feel like doing what you can within your means. But,
I mean, just thinking about when we was kids, right?
Right.
We was in a music group.
Right.
My parents literally asked me.
That's a funny story, ladies and gentlemen.
Nah, yeah.
Wait, a music group like y'all was actually like
we were
in a little band.
Yeah, we were rap.
Niggas was John Nice though.
Man, we definitely had concerts.
I mean, I could spill a little.
No. Continue though.
But my parents, they wanted me to pursue. They wanted me to pursue, and they was like, you're good at this.
Right.
You're talented doing stand-up comedy, hosting. do you want to get a trainer, somebody who's going to train you as far as, stage presence, as far as like getting a writer who's going to actually polish your jokes, or if it's somebody, or get actual more studio time to produce more music, right? And that's the type of support that I wanted. Granted, I didn't want to do it anymore. I fell out of love with it, but that's the kind of support that I feel should be unconditional, that you should be getting. But if it was more so like, like last night I went to the Yvonne Orji stand-up comedy show, and she was talking about how her mom was like always saying, you need to be a doctor, and she used to always try to get doctors at her job, because her mom's a nurse, to talk to Yvonne and be like, your mom says it's not too late for you to go to medical school,
right?
But now her mom is like, do you have HBU? My daughter's on HBU.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. That's that's too finicky. I want you to support me from the jump.
Right.
That's the kind of love that I want.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, and that makes sense. We gonna say something?
Yeah. So I do get where he's coming from.
Okay.
I completely understand. But at the same time, for me, I know my parents are realists.
Okay.
So they're always going to look at the actual statistics of things, and the statistics of people, pursuing stand-up comedy and becoming successful rappers and musicians and stuff is slim. So it's like, originally they're going to be realists, and they're going to be like, yo, like, I don't know if this is really going to work for you. Like, do what actually works for people.
Right.
So my thing would turn into all right, I'm going to do, the full-time, which is I'm an engineer. I'm going to do the full-time engineering, and then maybe on the side, I'm going to do like,
what I actually enjoy doing.
Exactly. What I actually enjoy
Got
doing.
you.
And when the money starts rolling in and they see like, oh shoot, like the money's actually rolling in, it's working for her, and they start to support, I would be okay with that.
Okay. That's fair. I think I think for me, like, it's a matter of, at least support it, just because I feel like I'm coming from a place of like, obviously I've thought this through, you know what I'm saying, to a certain degree. So I feel like you should respect me enough and believe in me enough to actually support what I'm doing. Okay, but to transition though, so I think it's interesting to think about parents, but I think one thing that Dina brought up earlier was friends specifically are people that you'd like to really share your goals and aspirations with. Right. And specifically, friends, typically people discuss these ideas with their friends before anyone else, because, friends are typically more open to new ideas, while parents are typically a little bit more old-fashioned and traditional, right? So my first question in reference to friends is, if you get a negative response from your friend in reference to your idea, example, they say you're not capable of achieving that goal, how would you react?
Let the lady answer first.
Okay, answer first, lady. So if it's a situation where you present something to your friend and you tell them, yo, this is my idea, this is my goal, this is my plan, and they tell you, I don't think you're capable of doing this, how does that make you feel? How do you respond to that?
I would feel the same type of way. Okay. I think coming from a friend, there's a way to say things.
Okay.
If it's like I present an idea to you and you believe that, the idea isn't completely put together and organized.
Right.
You can tell me that. You can be like, I think you have the capabilities to do it. You just need to be more organized and kind of, have a plan. Telling me that I'm not capable of doing something is low-key disrespectful, and I'd be like, well, damn, are you really my friend?
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting. What do you think, bro? So in a situation where you tell your friend about one of your dreams or aspirations or something that you aspire to do.
I love it. Tell me that I can't do it, and watch me do it. So you need those type of people in your corner, though. So
you need the type of people that are going to doubt, like, say you're incapable of achieving something?
You don't want yes men around you.
How's that your friend, though? If they tell you you're not capable of doing something?
Because sometimes friends can actually see things that you can't see because you're so hell-bent on achieving that goal.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Telling you you're not capable and telling you, hey, like, nah, let's take a step back, bro, is different. You
can't do that, bro.
Like for instance, like, let's say I told Dina, like, this is one of my closest friends. I tell him, like, yo, I'm trying to join the NBA. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Your ass. You can't dunk. You have 2 left feet.
Wow, my man really coming at me on my own show. So exactly. No, but like, no. I mean, obviously that's an extreme example, right? But I feel like in cases like that, for instance, where, like, let's say, for example, you say you want to be a fashion model of some sort.
No, this is a good example for women.
Okay.
You wanna start your own lash line.
Okay.
I knew he was gonna bring up lashes.
You wanna start because
her lashes on fleek. Her lashes on fleek.
Nah, because everybody now on the timeline on the threads is
lashes.
Buy my lashes or buy my wigs.
Okay.
Right, and I'd say, nah, you can't do it. Your lashes ain't minky enough. I don't know what
minky. Is that
you
the
mean
word?
Fleeky?
Minky. I thought it was.
Minky. Oh, minky. Yeah. I mean, it's not.
What does that mean?
Minky. Your lashes ain't
minky. What does that mean? Like in reference to eyelashes?
like minky.
Yeah.
It's just like
a
quality.
Quality of your lashes.
I know a little something. You know, Dina Tyner
Go
loves
ahead,
Yes,
Sloan.
sir.
Go ahead.
Okay, but continue your point though. Continue your point.
So Chioma, you tell us, hey y'all, I'm thinking about dropping my lash line, and nah, you can't really do that. Everybody else doing it. That market is flooded.
Right.
You don't want people like that in your corner?
I don't. Okay, see, that's what I'm saying. It's not that I don't want people like that in my corner. It's what I want is, okay, what can you do to make your shit stand out more? You know what I'm saying? So for you,
it's like the presentation of the backlash as opposed to like...
Exactly, because there's hella people out here selling lashes, but the difference...
There's hella people with podcasts.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
But the difference for me is like, what makes your lashes different from everybody else?
What makes you stand out, right.
So I would like a friend that'd be like, all right, sis, like, okay, you want to sell lashes? Great. That's wonderful. But why would I want to buy your lashes instead of homegirl lashes from down the street? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what I would want from my friend.
Okay.
You're not capable of selling lashes because everybody out here selling lashes. Like, excuse you?
I feel that point.
Also, I feel like I want those type of people who are going to, tell me those type of things is because, like, when you say that kind of thing to me, I want you to tell me why. Like, at least be able to back it up as to why. Because then maybe it might hit a light bulb might turn on in my head and I'd be like, you know what? He not just coming at me. He's right. So, move on to something else.
Okay. Yeah, and I think that's an interesting point, too, though, that idea of keeping it real with your friends. Because I definitely like having friends like that. We were actually just talking about that yesterday. How, Dino, like, to me, is like one of my closest friends, like I said. And, like, if I have an idea, like, he'll tell me, like, bro, that's trash. And I feel like I need that. And that, like you said, like, sometimes it's good to have that opinion because you might be so, like, focused on achieving a certain thing that you might miss out on, certain aspects of, negative aspects of it. But so I guess it's a matter of constructive criticism, but like you said, it's kind of the way it's presented though. Right. Okay. So my next question on that was going to be, so what effect does that have on the friendship itself, potentially in reference to presenting new ideas to them at all? So let's say you have this friend and kind of like Shoma said, like what kind of friend is that? The person that's just going to continue to tell you you're incapable of something. Right. So at what point do you draw the line in terms of like, all right, bro, I'm telling this person all these ideas and they're not feeling any of them. So like at what point are you like, all right, man, like I'm not about to share these ideas with you at all, like, or we're just not gonna be cool. Like at what where do you draw the line? After one suggestion, after two suggestions, or is it like a one strong?
I like that's a good question. I think you draw the line when
let's talk about it.
When you realize that you're telling your friend, right, so-called friend, all these things,
right,
and they're shooting it down, but then low key, they've been plotting to do what exactly
scheming
they said was not good for you. Because a lot of people have this crab in the barrel mentality where it's like, you know what, I know I could. I don't like what he's doing it. I don't like what he's doing because I ain't doing it. Right. Like you and I have always talked about things like this, podcasting, and just media in general. Like, back when we was kids, I had a radio blog talk radio, right? And I'm not gonna be like, oh, because Joe's podcast is taking off, I'm not gonna help support. Like I always tell people all the time, I'm Joe's PR man. I'm his creative producer, whatever. Because what I want to manifest into my podcast or whatever media endeavors I want to take on, I want you to manifest it first.
I respect that, man. Appreciate it. Come on, man.
That's a dope friend. You were real. You were real friend.
We brothers.
We brothers.
Okay.
Okay. And so what do you think about that? So what effect does that have on you, right? So the concept. Okay. Like, where do you draw the line, right? So if you continue to present your dreams and aspirations to a friend, at what point do you draw the line? If they just continue to say you can't do this, I don't think that's a good idea, things like that. So at what point do you say, all right, bro, this is where I draw the line?
I guess it's not where do I draw the line. It's more of like, I have a lot of friends.
Okay.
And I do have like...
How many friends is a lot of friends? Just out of curiosity. Like if you had to just estimate.
You IG popping?
Low key. Low key. And I have a lot of cousins.
Influencers.
So that's the issue, right?
Okay.
So if I present it to like, let's say my best friend, who's also like my sister, we've been friends for like 10 years.
Okay.
So if I present it to her and she's constantly like, nah, but then like I drop it in the chat with like all my cousins and they're like, nah, I think this is a dope idea. Just awesome, like maybe change this, change this.
Right.
And then I do it again and my best friend is like, nah, sis, like no, period. Like this ain't it. And I drop it in my cousin group chat and they're like, No, I think this is a dope idea again. Like, maybe just change this up. I'd be like, all right, sis, like, what's the issue? I done presented two,
Is
ideas.
an issue with me or my idea?
Yeah, like, is it me? Is you mad because I brought, is you hating?
Yeah.
You mad that I brought it up first? Or, what is the situation?
Okay.
So I wouldn't necessarily, like, draw a line like, okay, you're no longer my friend anymore.
Right,
It'd more be like,
you're probably gonna be more reluctant to present them with your ideas.
I just be like, all right, I'm gonna just tell my cousins from now on.
But then, what do you do when you face that same situation or scenario, and then the friend is now offended that you don't confide in them with the things that
I'd literally bring it up, like, sis, remember when I dropped the last 3 ideas and you just kind of like,
you weren't feeling none of them,
right?
Like, I'm not gonna keep presenting ideas to somebody
I'm not gonna do that.
Feeling. And and not even off some like yes man type time either. Like, I'm not even saying like, oh, be a yes man. But there's no way that I'm running all these ideas by you and none of them are good.
None of them are good.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and they're fire.
Like, I refuse to believe that. Like, there's no way that you don't believe in any of my ideas whatsoever.
And again, this is what I was saying. It's not a what you say. It's like how you say it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you say no and it's like a no, but you present like ideas to fix it, I'd be like, all right, that's cool. That's dope. Like, thanks for your advice. And I would take those into consideration. But if you're just like dropping a no and nah, like, bitch, you serious? I'd be like.
But I mean, what if it's legitimate backlash, right? So let's say you wanted to be a musician. So we're talking about rapping. Like, what if your bars is actually trash, right? But then they shut that down, right? And then you're like, you know what? I'm about to go into singing. And then they say, and you can't sing. At that point, those are 2 valid things that they just X'd out. So at that point, how do you receive that though? Because it's like at that point, it's not hating. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's not hating.
You actually don't have bars. You actually don't have a voice.
But then I would expect in that situation, if I presented it to, like, let's say my best friend, I presented it to her and she was like, all right, sis, your bars is trash. Like, your singing is trash. But I also dropped it in my cousin group chat and he was like, all right, like sis, like, your shit ain't popping. It ain't. That ain't it.
That's what I'm saying though. If it's just that one person and other people are like, you know what I'm saying, showing you mad love. At that point, like, what is that? How does that look for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, at that point, like, what do you say if your music is legitimately trash and this person is coming from an area, like, it'll be different if they say, like, if you say like, oh, I want to be an artist or something like that.
Right.
Art is very subjective. You know what I'm saying? The whole idea of creativity is subjective in itself, as opposed to like rapping where it's really all about, if you have fire beats and bars and singing, you have to be able to sing, right? So these are like outright things that they believe that you cannot do. So at that point, is that justified? Does that make it hurt a little bit less? Because it's like, okay, these are things that are actually based on my talent. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then that's
and
correct.
I want to hear your thoughts on this too.
Yeah, that's correct. And if it's based off of strictly just talent, like if we're looking at talent and like, let's say the bar of what we're used to, right?
Right.
And, I drop, music or whatever the heck. And you're like, all right, this compares to what we used to and what we listen to and what will actually like have the people like rocking in the clubs and shit.
Facts.
This ain't it.
Right.
Then I'd be like, okay, well, it hurts. It's going to hurt regardless.
Right.
It's going to hurt. But you're going to have to just eat that shit, take that L, charge it to the game.
I feel it.
Keep it pushing.
I feel it. And do you agree too?
Yeah, pretty much.
My man said, yeah, whatever. So, just kind of piggybacking off that though, right? So let's say there's an idea that you have in mind. So we talk about this rapping idea or just music in general, just singing and stuff like that. And let's say you're legitimately not good at music, but your friend tells you this, like, yo, I don't think this is good, but they decide to support it anyway. And they still putting out, like, they're still promoting your SoundCloud links or whatever, and they're still posting your little music videos you making on Instagram. At that point, is that considered fake love? They know in their heart of hearts that you are not good at this, but they're supporting it anyway after expressing to you that they don't believe you're good at it, but they still helping you try to level up. Is that fake love?
I don't know if you could classify that as fake love.
Let's talk about it.
But you definitely need to be wary about it because, like, a lot of niggas is opportunists, right?
Okay.
So some people might be, posting that joint, reposting it. Yo, my man's listening to this joint just because they waiting to reap,
No, like, oh, yeah, I put them on.
Yeah, like the benefits, like, oh, hey, don't forget about me, yo. Remember when we was, when you was down?
when we was in the mud, man.
Yeah, you was down below.
I was posting all these videos, man.
Nah, yeah, so you definitely got to be careful, watch how people move. And I don't think this is how you really can decipher whether or not it's fake love. Do you have to tell the person to post?
Okay.
Like, if I gotta remind you to post, it's not real love. You should be, where's that shit at so I can drop it, man?
Right.
Like, I should be reminding you to send me
it.
stuff so
Right.
I can post it.
But that's what I'm saying. So let's say it's a situation where they are reminding you to send it and they know your music is trash and they still posting it. You know what I'm saying? So they asking you like, yo, bro, when the next song coming out?
Just because it's they know it's trash, but they believe in you. No rapper started off out the gate being nice.
Fair. I mean, we don't know that for a fact.
My girl
trust me.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Nah.
My girl Megan.
Okay, but she's ugly as fuck.
Whoa.
So niggas, so people probably like, yo, Megan, you know, you might want to show a little bit of skin, show the ass a little bit. She's very provocative, man. Like she shows too much. She's
Man
ugly.
just said Megan is ugly-ish.
She not ugly.
No, she bad as hell.
She has a bad body, but let's be real.
She cute in the face. I don't know what you talking about. The hell, you wildin'.
Wow, ladies and
They
gentlemen.
finna come.
Back
I
to
hope
this.
they come for you.
Yo,
I
and
hope they
now
come
we
for
on
you.
video.
Come for me.
And now we on
Drop
video.
Drop
so-
your Instagram and Twitter
It
again
don't
for
matter
them.
because it don't matter because my lady look good.
Okay.
So I ain't looking for Megan Thee Stallion, but I mean, you
All
know.
right, nah. Back to the topic at hand, though,
Wow.
bruh. She just called her straight for no reason.
Wow.
No, but be real, Joe. For if you know a girl is not that pretty in the face, but she got a banging body, you don't think people are gonna advise her more to show more body?
But what does that have to do with her actual talent, though, bruh? That's what
But
we're
she be
discussing.
spitting though.
No,
Bruh.
not time.
Megan be spitting. You can't hold.
We're not
you
gonna
can't
talk about
hold.
Megan, right?
We're not making
We're
this.
not-
All right,
let's-
all right, bet,
How
all
about-
right, bet.
You really think? Oh, calm down.
I'm sorry. I'm a little mad. I'm like, I'm a little aggressive.
Stallion
Niggas
gang.
can get right with you. Yeah. No, okay. So I'm trying to think of an artist that's not that musically talented, but have the looks.
I mean, we don't have to think of an actual example,
I'm
but just
sitting here
okay.
thinking
But
like,
use
yeah,
the
so,
scenario.
like,
But use
and,
the
you know,
let's probably use your
an
scenario.
artist that's not, you know, they're not that talented, but they have the looks, they have the swag, you know, they have the persona to be a A-list artist.
Right.
You're gonna support them because they bring that what you want to the table, but you're gonna tell them like, yo, show more. If it's a nigga, you're gonna tell them, you show more 6-pack. Just don't speak a lot. You know, if it's a
Do you
girl,
agree with that?
if it's a girl, you're gonna be like, you know, post a lot of videos of you twerking. It's gonna get the streams going up. Niggas gonna buy that. If you're a girl and you know your shit's whack, yo, make an OnlyFans page. Your shit will be booming.
Oh no, that's the
Facts, yo.
only fan,
I want to hear your thoughts on this too, because I feel like you're very outraged by this. So I kind of want to get. So do you think that that's the case though with some people? I guess with their friends, right? So people that the friends might not necessarily believe in you from a talent point of view, but they think that you have other selling points that might make you successful.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I mean, low key, yeah, because I'm a base it off of, you know, like Ari, what's that? G Herbo's
Yeah.
baby mother.
Yeah.
Like she don't got no talent. She don't do nothing but go to the clubs and twerk because she got a fat old butt.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and that's how she be making her money. So
My point exactly.
yeah, I mean, I guess yeah, but I mean, with Megan Thee Stallion, that's another, you know.
Yeah.
Like, we
Spit,
gonna
but she
lay
not-
that to bed.
she's not
We're
the-
not
she's
gonna
not
we're
the
not gonna
police
talk
of the
about
video.
that. We're not gonna talk about my girl Megan.
She got hurt off that. Okay. So
Okay.
and to that point though, so we're talking about, you know, this quote unquote lack of talent in the beginning phases,
Yeah.
though, right? So I wanted to kind of get from you guys, right? So how do you go about telling your friend, like, what's the appropriate course of action to take if your friend has an idea but you don't think they have the skill set to execute it? Like, how does that look to you guys?
Okay, so I would kind of be like, all right, babe, like, so maybe this isn't, you know, the route. Okay, let's say like, you know how everybody likes to do YouTube now.
Right,
Everybody
right.
want to be a vlogger.
Blogger, yeah.
So with that, it's like, you know, people like to do lifestyle. So sometimes they'll do like cooking and like traveling and like a whole bunch of other stuff.
Right.
So let's say the person don't cook like that and they shit is trash. I'd be like, all right, well, maybe you should focus less on the cooking and let's do more traveling and more lifestyle. You know, post like a little makeup tutorial or post like, you know, you doing your hair or your skincare routine. Let's not do, you know, a lot of cooking. Maybe do, you know, 1 or 2 of your favorite dishes and slide away from, you know, all the other extra shit. Like, that's what it would look like to me.
Okay, so, and what do you think, man? So in a situation where your friend is presenting an idea to you, what does it look like in terms of being able to tell them, yo, I don't think you have the skill set for this, but do this? Like, how does that look for you? Like, are you just, I know you said you like the tough love kind of friends where they telling you, yo, this is trash, you have a chip on your shoulder, and you're reacting and responding that way.
Yeah.
But how does it look in terms of how you express that to others?
I'm gonna express it to you, but not without having another avenue for you to whatever it is that you're trying to do, right? I'm not gonna just tell you no or say it's whack and not give you other options.
Okay.
Like I'm gonna present other options.
Okay, so like let's say for example, a person wants to be a singer and cannot sing. What other options can you give them at that point?
Can you write? Be a ghostwriter.
But I feel like if their goal is to be a singer, being a ghostwriter is
no.
It's not gonna put you in
everybody can't be in the limelight. Let's be real. Let's be real.
I mean, that's facts.
I mean, yeah,
what's her name? The Dyke Shorty that be rapping. I can't even think of her name.
Young and May.
Yeah,
Young and May. She is cold.
Yeah, she's tough.
But if she was a guy, she would be a lot further in her career, a lot more notable because she's a guy. Mm-hmm. So I feel like someone like her should just be a ghostwriter.
But I mean, I feel like she's still pretty popular in her own right, though.
She is.
She is, but think about the bars that she has. Mm-hmm. She could be a lot more popular if she was a guy.
Yeah.
Right.
So why not?
But being a ghostwriter takes her out of the limelight completely at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Low key.
So.
But being a ghostwriter pays you a lot.
I mean,
look at Party Next Door though. Look at him trapped in the cell.
But Party Next Door also became his.
Whoa. What do you mean by trapped in the cell? Because Drake put out a notion that Party Next Door does not drop music because Party Next Door doesn't want to drop music.
Which I think is true too, but that's a conversation for another day.
It is.
Now, okay, yeah. So in that situation though, right? So you're saying an alternative for somebody who doesn't have necessarily the skill set that you think they need to succeed, you would just tell them an alternative avenue after telling them that you don't think they got it in them, type shit. Okay, and you agree with that?
Low-key, yeah. Now I'll use an example for my ladies, like Candy. For my ladies out there. For my ladies, you know, right. Candy from Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay. She can't sing for shit, but she has produced. Candy? Yeah, that's her name. Candy from Real Housewives of Atlanta. She can't sing for shit. Okay. If you listen to some of the songs and stuff she used to, be on, nothing. But she has written and produced a lot of songs, for other artists. So, like, what's it called? Destiny's Child and Beyonce and shit. Okay. And that's where a lot of her money came from, was from that. So, somebody probably was pushing her like, yo, like, you really don't have it in you to sing for real. Like, the vocals ain't there. But, you lit with the writing and the bars. So keep doing that shit. And that's what she did. Okay. And she's been making hella bread off that. So,
all right. I think that's fair. And I think that's interesting to kind of see that, I guess friends impact on kind of your dreams and aspirations. But I kind of wanted to take it a segue, right? So we talked about parents. Mm-hmm. We talked about friends. But I want to discuss how this might be a little bit different in reference to significant others, right? Ooh. So I wanted to know, like, how would it feel if your girl or your guy, you presented a dream or aspiration to your girl or guy, y'all serious at this point. This ain't no, lovey-dovey honeymoon, whatever. Yeah. Like, this is like real deal, like, y'all in it. And like, they're like, yo, this idea is terrible. And you're thinking like, yo, this is what I think I can do and support our family potentially off of this. And they're like, nah, I'm not feeling that at all. How does that look to you? How do you receive that? So let's say you got a husband or a husband to be, and you say you want to pursue some type of venture and as your full-time thing. And he's like, you know what? Nah, that's not about to happen in this house. How does that look?
First of all,
let's talk about it.
First of all, you don't have to say it's not about to happen in this house because I'm a grown-ass woman and I'm going to do what the hell I got to do because I got my own, period. But,
and that's on what?
Period. Okay, period, poo. Right. But, like, it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Right.
If he's, my significant other who knows, the ins and outs about me and whatnot, and he's like, babe, I don't think this is, the best idea, or maybe now is not the time. Right. Maybe focus on something else, and then like come back to this, in a couple months or whatever the hell. Then I'd be like, all right, babe, I kind of see where you coming from. Like, thank you for the advice. But if he's just like, nah, not in this house. Like, I don't know who you think you are, but I'm be like, okay, well, that's the type time we on. All right, well, I'm gonna do it anyways, nigga. Fuck. Like,
wait, why do it out of spite?
What do you mean? Why do it out of spite?
So because he said that you can't do it, now you about to be like, I'm about to prove it to this nigga.
Yeah, I'm about to prove it to you. Like you.
Why?
Because why would you be so negative? Like, how are you gonna come up to me? What if
sorry to cut you off, but what if the venture that you're trying to pursue, right, is taken out of the joint family funds?
Okay, well, again, it's not what you say; it's how you say it. Don't hit me off of.
But you've been so adamant. You've been so adamant about pursuing it, and he's just annoyed by it, and he's like, you know what? No, I just said no. Don't ask me again.
Why would you talk to me like that?
Because you're not listening.
But you're supposed to be my man, and you gonna sit here and talk to me like, nah, nigga, like, no, I said the fuck no. Like, I'm the man of this household. Don't talk to me like that. You can easily just be like, babe, this is why I'm saying no. This is why I'm saying, like, look at our funds. Look at our plan that we laid out when we first, got together. And I don't think that it's fitting in that plan right now. Like, talk to me like that. Don't be off nah, nigga, like, this is my house. Like, I run the shit. I'm gonna be like, all right, nigga, well, I run the shit too. The hell. And I'm gonna just do the shit out of spite.
So for you, it's more of a matter of how it's presented. Like, niggas can really just say whatever they want, but as long as they say it nice.
Don't be rude.
Cool. So,
it's the
so
same.
Niggas is just shoot down your ideas left and right, but as long as they say it in a nice way.
Just say it nicely and present me. How was that whack?
That's whack.
It's just so like if a nigga. No, listen, right. Is it you would get mad if a nigga said move, or would you get mad if a nigga said, oh, excuse me?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, either way,
it's not what you say; it's how you say it.
Either way, I got bumped. So
what you mean? But if a nigga said excuse me and bumped
I'll receive it. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
But the way you're portraying it right now is in reference to like pursuing a goal or pursuing a dream. If somebody says this is not good for you, as opposed to that's trash, that's okay with you.
That's trash,
right?
Why
but I'm saying like for you, it sounds like people could just shoot down your ideas left and right, but it don't matter as long as they say it nice.
It's not that it's not. Don't say it nice. It's more of just like, all right, like, I don't think it's the best idea, and this is why. Like, don't let me sit here and talk to you like, okay.
She wants everything to be politically correct.
Sorry, you getting on my nerves. You're getting on my nerves. I'm sorry.
She hit my shape up like that, man.
You're getting on my nerves.
Everything is not going to be peaches and cream.
I'm not saying it needs to be. I'm not saying it needs to be peaches and cream. I'm just saying, like, come with me with respect. Like, that's just the type of woman that I am.
But to Joe's point is that. Anytime, all a person has to do is just come at you nicely.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, let me not say nicely. Okay, not nicely, but with respect. Like the way you said it at first was not in this household. Like, what you mean not in this household? What does that mean? Like, if I'm going off of that, then yeah, like you're not gonna talk to me like that. Like, just talk to me with respect. Let's say that, not nicely.
And what do you think, man? So if you present an idea to your significant other and she shoots it down, how does that feel? Like, does that carry any different kind of weight than it would be like if I were to shoot down your idea? You know what I'm saying? Especially this is a girl that you're taking seriously. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all are, thinking of, pursuing things in the next level. And like I said, this is something that you could consider to be, your potential livelihood full time down the line. And she shoots it down. Like, how does that differ? Like, how does that feeling differ between like a friend or a parent? This is your girl.
I think it's different because a lot of times your significant other has more invested in you.
Okay.
So emotionally, it could be financially, spiritually, whatever. So it's more so they don't want to be dragged down in the dirt with you.
I got you.
So it's like, man, you ain't about to fuck with my name. so if my girl is telling me no, it's probably no. Like, right, it's probably a done deal. But you also don't want it to get to it like, the movie Breaking Point where Taraji was, saying no, and then she finally did.
And the nigga left her.
Yeah, you don't want to get to that point. So, kind of take those hints from your lady or your man and, take heed to it. You might not like it, but just take heed.
And that was actually going to be my next question, though, right? So let's say it reaches the point where, you didn't receive that support from your significant other and they end the relationship off that because you decided to do whatever you wanted to do as a result. Like, you was like, you know what? Nah, I think this idea is great. And the fact that you don't believe in this means you don't believe in me, and I don't believe in this relationship.
Can you give us an example of what, though?
So let's say, for example, right, like a dude decides, I want to quit my job. We keep talking about music because I feel like, matter of fact, let's even say, especially with this new era of like, trust me, I'm a photographer, right? So like, let's say they're like, you know what? I'm quitting. Everybody got a camera now. Facts.
No,
anyway,
it's facts.
So let's say they're like, yo, I'm trying to be a full-time photographer. I just copped this camera a couple months ago. I think I have a good amount of creative vision, and I'm thinking of quitting my job within the next month to do that full time. At that point, and the girl says, "Yo, I don't support this," and you break up with her because you feel like she's not supporting your dreams. Is that logical to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, no.
I mean. So women are very like visual people, right? Mm-hmm. So she needs to see like, okay, it'll probably be fine if she know this nigga has $60K in the bank, right? Saved up before he quit his job type right. Shit. Okay. But if you're just gonna quit like
out of nowhere,
and right. She does, and she's like, nah, I ain't fucking with this nigga. Like, I'm with her on that.
Okay.
You can't just quit cold turkey and not have no plan except for here's my brand new camera and I'm about to start shooting and then it don't work that way.
So if she leaves you off the strength of that because she feels like you're not being realistic, that's fine in your eyes.
It's fine. It's cool.
Okay. So I mean, what if you actually believe in it? I feel like it's easy for you to say that if that's not like your current situation. But think about that. You're pursuing something. You're with this girl. You plan to, be successful with her by your side, Bonnie and Clyde, right? And you tell her your idea, and she's like, nah, this ain't it. And then leaves your ass off that. You're not going to feel some type of way? If you say no, you're lying.
I don't think.
And I want to hear the woman's perspective too.
You said
bro.
if I say no, I'm lying. No,
Bro,
I'm not gonna.
If she leaves,
bro, you know me. I'm not gonna feel no type of way.
Your dream that you're pursuing, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, let me tell you my dream, and I've actually had this kind of situation.
you can't be sharing your dream with these.
Oh, you've
people.
had this situation before?
I've had this situation before. I mean, I ain't really.
shit.
Let's get the example for the show.
Right.
Yeah, so one of my end goals in life, right, is to open up my own kennel.
Okay.
Right. I want to get land and open up a kennel, breed dogs, shelter dogs, groom dogs. There,
Dogs.
all of that. You see?
Hey, see?
She
Wow.
said-
Left in my man's
See, I said dogs.
Left in my man's
Dogs.
Dogs?
Yes, dogs.
Okay.
You know what a dog is, right?
Nah, continue.
I own a dog, yes.
Continue,
Exactly. So
continue.
that's one of my dreams, right? And Choma, I presented it to you, and you like, nigga, why? Why? You can't just be a pet owner. You see, you're gonna laugh at me.
I'm
and
sorry.
if I break up with you,
It's just so random.
I will be pissed. If she's laughing at me and she breaks up with me because of that, I'm pissed. I'm
I
now
want to be a dog breeder.
I am now vexed, right?
Why are you laughing at my man's like that? That's
You
crazy.
know what's funny? Because a lot of people don't know these Yorkies y'all be wanting, right?
Mm-hmm.
$2,000 a pop.
Yeah, I have a Morkie. Yeah.
And I say Yorkie.
Yeah, well, he's a Maltese and a Yorkie,
That's-
which
that's
are
not-
those are
that's
two.
not- that's
Those
not
are
a purebred
expensive
dog.
breeds.
I don't know.
That's
Those
a
are
mutt.
expensive breeds
That's
of
a
dogs.
mutt, though. That's not a
That's
purebred
an
dog.
expensive breed
I
of
don't know
dogs.
about
Thank you
dogs.
very
A
much.
purebred Yorkie.
My dog was $1,500.
And I said $2,000.
Okay, that's an extra $500.
$1,500.
And
It's getting kind of
Nah,
heated
but hold
on the show
okay,
today. ladies and
like
gentlemen.
And you see that kind of that I've had that before, right? And I'm like, you know what? This bitch is not for me. I can't fuck with her no more. Ghosted. Straight like that. I ghosted her.
Okay.
She laughed at my
wait,
dream.
you ghosted?
I ghosted her.
You don't believe in my dream? We done.
Yeah,
nigga.
yeah.
My
We
man-
done so.
My man's ghosted.
Nah, I definitely would be pissed. You know,
Yeah.
it's because it's like when you say you have a dream, this is your dream. That means it's heartfelt.
Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, I'm about to hop.
That's
on
what I'm saying. So
it's-
when
I'm
you were
about to hop
saying
in the
that you would
stoop.
understand, like,
Yeah,
that's,
yeah, for sure.
so that's what I'm saying. So you would understand if she left you. That's what you said before. So now you're backtracking.
No. I
Just say for the
understand.
camera that you were backtracking your point.
Yeah, shut your mouth.
No, okay.
Hey, Mo.
And what did you say again? Would you understand if you were to get left? Did I ask you that question already? I don't
No,
think I
you
did.
didn't ask me.
So,
So like,
yeah.
if I'm being honest, it's not like understand if I was left. It's more like a nigga.
If
At
they left
least
you
tell me
for
why.
being
Well,
unrealistic.
he talking about ghosting. I'm like, at least tell me why. Like
Like, yeah,
what?
but if they left you for being unrealistic, they felt as though what you were trying to pursue was unrealistic and just kind of didn't really make much sense in terms of deciding to quit your job, right? So at that point,
Yo,
are they
It wasn't meant to be.
okay?
The relationship wasn't meant to be.
That's
What
fair.
would you do though? You asking us, but what would
Right.
you do?
What would you do, sir?
If somebody, I've actually had a situation like that before, actually. So
Both of y'all? I've never been
No,
in
no,
that
no, no. I mean,
predicament.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's a situation where that was like a make or break thing, but there was a girl who I was talking to or whatever, and I told her like about my podcast idea and stuff like that, and she was kind of just kind of like brushed it off like some like little boy play type shit.
Like,
I'm just
okay, nigga.
Like, what's good with this shorty, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, you bugging. But off of that, like, I mean, that wasn't why things fell off. But I would say that, like, to be honest, I think that this show, like this whole concept has become like such a part of me now.
Yeah.
That like low key, it's like, bro, like if you can't fuck with it, like you don't have to. I'm not telling you to listen to everything and post everything, but at least don't try to play it off some like, oh, this is little boy side gig you got going on. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing for me. Like if you don't like my genre of podcast, that's cool. You feel me? But at least respect what I'm doing. Like that's my thing.
Or even
You feel
add
me?
to the podcast, like
Right,
ideas
like,
of segments to talk about.
Suggesting topics. Like you don't necessarily have to be like.
And that's what I was
fully invested
saying.
in it, you
That's
know
what I
mean?
was saying from earlier. It's just like a lot of the times it's not, if I present an idea to you, like just shut that shit down. Like, nah, like, or, the whole support thing of like, oh, if I present something to you, like, do I have to be? Nah, it's just like, nigga, if I give you something, right?
Right.
And it's like, okay, well, I think it'd be best if you do this, or maybe this is a great idea,
Right,
or
right,
okay,
right.
maybe you shouldn't do this. Like, do this, like, just supporting me is in multiple different realms, multiple different aspects,
Gotcha.
like
I have a
physical,
que- I-
financial. It's multiple different things you can do.
I was thinking while we talking about it, what if a scenario came up about, your significant other's not supporting you, right? But then you go to your ex, and they're full blown supporting you. Now your significant other finds out that you've been connected with your ex.
Like, can they be mad at you type shit, right?
Yeah. How would y'all respond to that?
I want to hear you first. I got something to say about this one, man.
Listen. Well, what do you mean? What situation am I in? Like, am I the ex supporting, or am I the person that's like finding out my?
Which one do you want to be?
Oh.
Well, I could talk in two different. Okay,
let's talk about both. Let's unpack both.
So let's say I'm in a relationship where my man had presented something to me, and I was kind of like, "Nah, babe, this ain't it."
Right.
And he went to his ex, and his ex was like, "Nah, I think this is it. I think this is a great idea."
Right.
And they kind of rekindled in a certain aspect.
Yeah. Can you be mad at that though?
Yes.
Because it's like, yo, I'm looking for you to support my aspirations in this regard, and this person that was once in my life is fully invested in it. So can you really blame him?
Yes.
Why
you got
let's discuss.
out of all people to
Let's
go
discuss.
to, you couldn't go to your friends, your cousins, your mama,
She is a
your
friend.
daddy, your uncle, your auntie.
But she's a friend though.
Why your ex that friendly
looking
with
for
you?
that- looking for
where
that
y'all are
nurturing.
rekindling because you presented an idea to her, and it just so happens that Shorty was like, "Yeah, I think it's a great idea."
You think
How
that's
you
her
not know
being
she not
opportunist?
scheming and plotting?
Yeah,
How you not know?
that's a good point though.
That's insecurities talking right there.
How was that insecure? Oh, one
Because-
thing about me, baby, I ain't no insecure girl.
I'm not saying you're
Okay.
insecure. I'm just saying
Okay.
that could be insecurity talking.
Okay.
Right? Because look,
What?
I asked you
I'm
for
getting a
some.
little hot.
Jacket came off in the studio.
Let's
do it.
I asked you for support.
Okay.
You remember how you said it's about how you say it, right? And you
Right.
shut it down. My significant shut it down. And I went to my. We're not even. Me and my ex are not even like flirty or anything. Like I was like, I shoot the same idea the same way I presented it to you to
Right.
her, and she's full blown supporting it. You cannot be mad that she's supporting it. She's just supporting it as a friend would do. And then you should be embarrassed that you're not supporting it the same way she is.
Why would I be embarrassed that she not? How do you not know that she not an opportunist? That's the thing. That's the issue. You don't know what the girl's intentions are. She can be sitting here talking about some. All right, yeah, I think this is a great idea. This is bomb. Like,
what if she's
yeah,
actually
send it
presenting
to me. Let me help you post. Let me help you do this. I'll help you do this. And then y'all, that's the thing. You don't understand how women be working. Women be scheming, bro. Women be scheming. I promise you.
And I think that's interesting too that you brought that up in terms of like presenting. I mean, but hey, if the person is presenting you like Dina was saying, like let's say this ex girl is actually providing me with topics for the podcast, good ideas and stuff like that. Meanwhile, homegirl that I'm dealing with at the time, ain't really buying into anything that I'm doing. It's like, you know what I'm saying? At least I can go to you and go to this other person and know that okay, I'm gonna receive some valuable information from you.
Because like we talking about fake love. I think that's real love right there.
And I wouldn't even say
Wait,
I
what
wouldn't
is
even go
real
as far
love
as rekindling
for you?
though.
The ex. That's real love.
You don't, that's what I'm saying. You don't
It also
know
depends
if
on
it's
why y'all
real
broke up
love.
too, though,
Exactly. You don't know if it's real love or not. You don't understand if Shorty is just trying to use that as her gateway to get back in your life. You don't know that.
Okay, then you as my woman need to step up.
Why would I step up? If I'm sitting here like, baby, I don't think this is the best idea. Like, no. And you present it to homegirl. She's like, yes. It's like, wouldn't a red flag tick in your head? Like, damn, why is she saying yes so damn fast?
You know what? You're right. A red flag would tick in my head.
Like,
I need to leave my girl.
hey, man. Bruh. Joe, get your man.
I mean, but you can't. At the same time, you can't get mad at him for necessarily thinking, okay, I'm gonna go with somebody who supports my dreams because I mean, at the end of the day, especially if it's gonna be a life thing, right? You're gonna want somebody that's in your corner who's your.
Listen,
you
and he gonna be
biggest
mad.
cheerleader.
He gonna be mad when that idea falls and fails.
See, that's what we talking
because
about.
His girl was like, babe, nah, like I don't think this is the best idea. Like maybe do this, and he got mad. Instead, he went to his damn ex that was like, yes. And now look, your idea failing. Now what? What you gonna do?
But what if the
like,
idea
damn,
doesn't
I
fail?
should have listened to my actual girl instead of my fucking ex that just wanted a gateway
but
to
listen
get
to
back
what
in
he
my
said, though.
life.
What if the idea doesn't fail though? Then you feel stupid because you're like, damn, I should have showed him love, and now his ex showed him love.
But that's the same thing, but like how our parents are, you know,
Right.
like what I was saying,
Right.
like, you know, at that point, it's like if you show them, you know, the shit ain't failed and it's actually taken off, like they'd be like, oh, okay, well, you know, you proved me wrong,
if you're my girl, you gotta support me from day one.
From the jump.
I don't care.
From the
Even
jump.
if the idea is stupid.
If you're my
From the
girl,
jump.
if you're my girl, like you might.
That's
Bro.
it. No, but
Even with my podcast, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, I brought it up again. Like, if you don't like my podcast, that's fine. You don't have to listen to every episode. But at least support me in reference to, all right, this is your idea that you're doing. Calm. You know what I'm saying? But for you to just be like, oh, yeah, this is some clown shit.
Okay.
Out the gate. I'm not feeling that.
And I get that. With the podcast, that's completely different.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Podcasts, they range in the, spectrum of different things.
Right.
But let's say you're not a rapper, you never rapped in your life. It depends on what it is.
Right.
You never rapped in your life and shit, never saying, and you come to me talking about something, I want to be a rapper, I want to be a singer. I'd be like, have you lost your damn mind?
Well, okay. What if, right, you are not, so you didn't support it and, what if you know the ex, right? Mm-hmm. Y'all are actually cool and you know that it's strictly platonic and the business starts to boom and then he decides to make her VP of the company.
Oh.
And you're not, he's like,
I feel like he quoting that movie from Taraji.
That's not even off no movie. I really be thinking this type of stuff.
Because at that point, can you really be mad though? Because you had the opportunity to support and now it's this person that you may not, necessarily be fond of.
Your ex?
Showed love. Hey.
Your ex?
But she added so much to the she added so much to the idea that it actually boomed. She's reaping what she sowed.
It's not sitting well with my spirit. For your ex?
Okay, and I think that's interesting
your
too.
Ex.
Though. Okay, so maybe.
Okay, what if it's let's take X out the equation. What if it's a mutual friend that you no longer speak to?
Oh. Off some like beef and stuff, right? Or
Yeah.
I just gradually fell off.
No,
beef.
yeah.
All right.
Wait. So you're saying let's say you was my man, right?
Right.
And I had fallen off with the friend. But it was a mutual friend between the two of us.
Yes.
And, you presented an idea to me, and I was like, nah. And you presented the idea, because you and that mutual friend were still close.
Right.
And you presented the idea to that friend.
Yeah.
And you, at one point, shit started to boom, and you decided to, make her VP. Is that what you're saying? I'm just making sure I'm following.
That's what I got from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
First of all, I don't know. Why the fuck are you and the friends still...
It could be a guy. We're not even going to put girls.
That's a
it
whole
could be a
other
guy.
conversation.
That's a whole other
Like,
conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Why are you
I
cool with
would.
people I'm not cool with?
Joe, what would you do?
In that situation, you can't be mad. I don't know. I don't think I would be mad.
You don't think you would be mad?
But then again, because it's bro, if I didn't support a venture and somebody decided to go to someone else that they felt believed in them more and place them in a position of power within that venture because they felt like they were a significant part of their come up, how can I be upset? I wasn't a part of that come up. This person was, and this person was placed in this position as a result of that. You can't really get mad about that. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, at least. You think so too?
No, yeah,
And we be on the same path. Man, we on the same. Okay. And to segue from that too, though, because I think that's interesting to talk about parents, we talk about friends, talk about significant others too. But I think another thing to really point out too is this idea of strangers showing you love, right? Have you guys seen that at all? I think that's really interesting as well too. And kind of my question for that was, is it easier for strangers to support you since they're actually supporting the product and brand itself and not really factoring in your personality with you into it? Why or why not? Do you think?
Yeah, I actually had to think about that.
Okay.
And so back in the day when I was heavy on my fitness journey, it doesn't look like it now. I'm getting back there. It's a time thing.
Body positivity.
But when I was in the gym, right?
Okay.
My family, they always said, you need to lose that weight. You're too fat. But they didn't actually give me no ideas except for stop eating, right? And it wasn't that I was I don't overly eat anything. It's just
starvation diet.
It's just, I don't know, man. My body just don't be shedding the weight. But people in the gym that don't know me, giving me ideas, giving me meal plans,
right?
Telling me what to do. And that's the kind of support that you would expect your family to give you.
Right.
But this is a complete stranger giving it to me. And you almost, I don't know, I feel like it almost breeds a sense of, what's the word? I don't know. I don't want to say anger.
Animosity?
Animosity.
Ooh.
Animosity.
Okay, God, boy.
It breeds animosity in you towards your family or towards whoever it is that wasn't supporting you versus the stranger.
Right.
And you don't want that type of energy. So
if you feel like strangers are showing you more love than your actual people.
Yeah.
Right. But that's what I'm saying, though. Do you think it's easier for strangers who don't know you to be able to show you that type of love?
They're not vested in you.
Right.
They have nothing to gain or lose.
So they're just seeing you as you are in reference to whatever you're doing. Because you say these people are approaching you in the gym. They don't know you outside the gym.
Yeah.
So you think it's easier for them to do that?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and what do you think? Do you think it's easier for strangers to support your product and brand because they're just seeing that? They're not factoring in.
And I will use like, for those of y'all that don't know, I be on Twitter heavy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
She's a Twitter warrior. shout out Black Twitter, man.
Hey, so I be on Twitter a lot, and a lot of times, like Black Twitter, especially, like people will drop their ideas, like their products and stuff, and it will like go viral type stuff. And you know, of course, like off of that, it's like people you don't know, like random people. Like half the times, I don't even follow people, and you know, their products or whatever will show up on my timeline, and I'll retweet it and I'll like it, you know. And sometimes I have even gone to the extent of buying their stuff, you know.
Right.
So, and that's like, we don't know them. It's
right.
like an unbiased like view of that person. So if they're dropping art, for example, it's like, I don't know that person. I don't know nothing.
This is a dope picture. So
I think if the stranger sees value in you or the product, they'll have it won't be no hesitation to support. Like with this hoodie that I have on, right?
You don't know the person who made it, but just you rocking it.
Because it was fly.
Right.
I can't, but if I had a crab and a bear mentality, because the dude who made it, right? You know, somebody, you know, stole his car, you know, mad people throw hate on him, be like, oh, he stole the idea, because they're hating. Right?
Right.
But as a person who I don't know him and I just like the product, I want to support him even more.
Yeah.
I feel that. Like you said though, like if it's like a genuine, like if it's some art, for example, and it's dope, I'm gonna cop it. You know what I'm saying? Like if I want art for my crib, I'm gonna buy that. If it's a song that I like, I'm gonna add it to my playlist. You know, I'm gonna add to your stream numbers, not because I know you, but because, you know, I'm supporting you based on your brand and not really tying that in. I think that's so interesting too, though, as well. Anyway, though, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy J Ade in the building. We are here for the ending of season 3, episode 2 of the podcast. We got Chioma to my left. We got Dina to my right. They already shout out their social media earlier, man. Y'all know what time it is. Follow your boy on Instagram at Joe the Great. That's JOETHEGR 8, as well as my podcast page at j.ade.pod. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 2. It's love. Appreciate it. We out.